Okay, let's walk through using the pose project to generate a pose classifier for ourselves in Teachable Machine. So we're going to swing over here to pose project, click on that, and you'll see the familiar Teachable Machine setup here. We're going to add 3 classes to our pose classifier. So a class where the person is sitting in a neutral position, another class where the person is raising their right hand, and then another class where the person is raising their left hand. So as before, we are going to start by naming our classes. So let's just go through and do that now. Neutral. So this process is also similar to using the audio classifier. We're going to use our webcam to generate poses for ourselves. And after we've done that, we have the option to download all of those images as a zip file, just like how we did for the audio file, and then have the ability to share that with other people so that they can then upload your webcam samples to their classifier. So that way you can get a variety of different people, sizes, shapes, genders, etc. doing your poses so you can reduce the sampling bias. But anyway, in our case, we're just going to do it with one person, me. So we click on the webcam for neutral, and then click on Allow to allow Teachable Machine to use your camera. Okay, so what's going to happen is you should see yourself appear in the webcam like that, and you want to kind of position yourself so that they can see, the camera can see your torso and your arms, like this, as best as you can. You can stand up. I won't for this one. I'll do this kind of sitting down, but okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so maybe here. All right, so the way this is going to work is you're going to probably have someone help you do this. You'll need to actually click on the hold to record in order to let Teachable Machine know when it should be recording. So someone will need to hold down hold to record while you do the movements. Okay, so you can't do the movements and probably hold to record at the same time. So the ones that I'm doing, I can, because I'm only using one arm at a time. So I'm just going to hold myself down here to record all the different samples. So here I go, and then I'm just going to practice maybe moving around a little bit and maybe kind of rising a little bit to the side, back down. Okay, so maybe that should be enough for hold to record, and we're basically done at that stage. So we can click X to exit the webcam, and we have all our samples here. We're now ready to set up the next class, which is going to be our right hand. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move to webcam. Now I'm using a wireless mouse, so that's why I'm able to control the mouse while I'm a little bit further away. But here I am again, and I'm just going to get myself into position here so that, there we go, my hand can be kind of working. All right, I'm going to get myself into position and then click hold to record. Nope. See, I didn't want that because I've actually got... All right, so I'm going to go remove all samples. I don't want that. Okay, I'm going to start off with my hand raised like this. You want to make sure that you are already in position when you record. So you don't want to have samples there where you are raising your hand or when you are neutral, because that's going to confuse the classifier. Okay, so here we go, hold to record, and I'm maybe going to move my arm around a little bit, and I'm going to kind of stand up a little bit there. Okay, maybe different positions, different angles. All right, maybe like that. Maybe if I'm a bit more to the side. Maybe I'm a bit more to this side. Okay. All right, so plenty of samples there. Okay, so I'm going to close off the webcam. And then I'm going to add the third class, which is my left hand. Left hand. Okay, go through the same process. Webcam. Scroll down a little bit so I can see it. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing, get my hand ready, hold to record. Okay, I'm going to move things around a little bit, maybe at different heights, different angles. I'm going to raise a little bit, lower a little bit, maybe over to the side here. Okay, maybe over to this side. All right, so plenty of samples there. I have my samples all set up for my 3 classes. So remember, this is where you can click on the 3 dots and go download samples. That will generate a zip file for you. You can then share that zip file, and then other students can go over to here to upload, and then upload your zip file with all of your samples. But anyway, we're not going to do that. We've got these set up now. Let's go and train our model. They've got the same kind of hyperparameters here, which we won't worry about. Train. So notice this number 50 is actually referring to the 50 epochs. So an epoch is one machine learning iteration through. So it is taking a little bit of time. You'll notice out of all three classifiers that we worked with, the image, the audio, and the pose, this one is taking the longest. Because what's happening behind the scenes is you've got the images, but within the images, the classifier has to first identify your body and then all the joints in your body. So that is a learning process in and of itself. And then after that, it needs to learn which of the positions of the joints in your body correspond to each of the classes. So there are multiple different layers of learning features that's going on here. So that's why it's taking a little bit more time. Okay, so the training is done. You'll now have the preview on the right-hand side. So let's go and take a look at let's go and test this out. I'm going to get myself into position here. Okay. So you can see it's neutral, which is good. I'm going to raise my right hand. Look at that, 100% confident for right hand. Left hand, there we go. And you can see as I move around, it's still detecting that pretty well, that it's my left hand, because hopefully I gave it lots of training samples to work with. But you can see as I start to lower my hand, it will then switch between left hand to neutral. Okay? So same thing there with the right hand. As I raise it up, still neutral, and then you can see it's starting to flip up to the high, to the right hand, and now it's the right hand again. Oh. So you can see what's happening here. In the preview, it's not detecting my right hand at all. I don't know why it's thinking that my left hand is raised, but once it starts seeing the dot on my wrist, and it's identified my right wrist, it can now hence detect my right hand being raised. So that's pretty good there. All right. So that's, I think, pretty satisfactory for this pose classifier. Hopefully it gives you a bit of an idea about what it takes to generate samples for pose classifiers, and you can use this for your own poses. So remember what we're going to do here to save this out. We're going to go up to Export Model, and then go to make sure the Upload Shareable Link is selected, and then click on Upload My Model. Give it a couple of minutes or so until it uploads everything, and then you'll get a link down here without the square brackets, which you can then copy into your worksheets, like this here.